I want to congratulate all in attendance, from the students to family and extended family to friends and professors. Each and every one of you played a significant role in inspiring us to graduate with honors. One of our mottos at Tech is to strive for honor. And students, you're sitting here because you've demonstrated honor in your studies. So thank you for representing our university well and exemplifying what it means to be a Red Raider. You've built a foundation that has both depth and weight. It's a sturdy foundation that will propel you to successful careers and relationships alike. As a banner bearer for the fall of 2018 graduates, I've been asked to share some of my experiences with the College of Human Sciences. And I can guarantee you that this will be a speech that you're not expecting. So on March 10th of 2015, I took my last sip of alcohol and entered a treatment facility that specialized in treating alcoholism and drug addiction. Before making this scary flight, I was in active addiction since the summer of 2010, and what started off as fun quickly turned into a nightmare. As a kid, I excelled at sports and was a top student. However, addiction led me down a dark path. I ended up in places I never thought I would end up in, doing things I never thought I would do. The great obsession of every alcoholic is that somehow, some way, he'll beat the game. Even after countless sprees and consequences that range from losing the trust of my parents to nights slept outside, I continued to chase the delusion that somehow the next time would be different. In the process of pursuing this delusion, I was dying physically and spiritually, and on March 7th of 2015, I had a moment of clarity. With the help of two very loving parents, I made the trip to South Padre Island, of all places, to get well. Many graduates of the College of Human Sciences here at Tech work there, and one in particular, Colin Speciai, who was my case manager, helped save my life. My experience at this facility was nothing short of a miracle. I encountered people who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, who loved me when I didn't love myself, and were so persistent in pulling the gold out of me. I improved physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, and started to believe in myself. As the time for aftercare plans neared, my case manager suggested that I go to Lubbock for sober living. I asked him to show me a picture of Lubbock, and quickly told him that there was no chance I was going to go there. We fought over this for a while, until one day he asked me how my way was treating me. I told him my way of thinking got me here, and he looked right into my soul and said, "When are you going to put this in God's hands?" And I told him I would go. I immediately regretted my decision as my plane descended into my I locked myself in my room for a couple weeks in self-pity, but eventually started going to meetings and allowing God to do what God does best, which is heal. For 6 months I was humbled. I had no car. I would ride my bike 4 miles to Red Lobster and work a double. Thought it was too good for Red Lobster. I paid for people to take me to treatment centers so I could work with other alcoholics and share the hope and solution I was living. One Thursday night, I attended an all-recovery meeting here at Texas Tech at the Center for Collegiate Recovery. There were around 80 people there. And the meeting was run by students who had over a year sober. They were all getting degrees and they looked so happy. There was nothing I wanted more than to be a part of it all. I submitted an application, and a few weeks later, I received a letter of acceptance in the mail. To this day, it is one of the best days of my life. I received a scholarship to go to school. Despite having a 0.05 GPA at my last school. And it's funny, I actually saw President Skubanek at the airport about a month ago, and I told him my story. And he was a mathematics professor, and he couldn't get past how it was mathematically possible to get a 0.05 GPA. And I told him you had to try. The College of Human Sciences has been so good to me. can honestly say that I've never had a professor that did not care about my growth. From personal financial planning to community family and addiction sciences to every major in between, the College of Human Sciences is committed to helping people. And it is so clear that each and every one of you wants nothing more than to help your communities. Thank you for willingly staying on the firing lines of helping your fellow man and woman. Take this with a grain of salt because I feel that every day I fall short of who God would have me be. But I wanted to share a few pieces of advice that have been given to me over the years. It's only 3 pieces, so we're almost done. Number 1, always believe in people. They may not be where you think they should be. They may harm you and may act in ways that frustrate you. But never stop believing in them. As Napoleon Hill states in his book, Think and Grow Rich, which is an incredible book that you all should read. It's my second favorite book outside of the Bible. He says Helen Keller became deaf and blind shortly after birth. Despite her greatest misfortune, she has written her name indelibly in the pages of the history of the great. Her entire life has served as evidence that no one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as reality. So never willingly let someone accept defeat. Always build people up and encourage them to grow. Be honest with them, but do so in a loving and tolerant way. You'll be amazed at the transformations of goodness that you helped sow. As Martin Luther King Jr. stated, we must accept finite disappointment, but we must never lose infinite hope. Number 2, take action. Thoughtfully addressing a problem is important, but overanalyzing is disastrous. Action leads to results. Sometimes those results bode in disappointment, but the solution is more action. Don't let yourself wonder what life could have been like if you confronted your fears. Do it now. Fear is no match for decisive action. And when taking action, make sure it's sincere. No one wants to accept a gift from someone out of duty. They want to accept a gift from someone who sincerely wants to give them a gift. And sincere action works best when it's coupled with surrounding yourself with people who will hold you accountable. Always surround yourself with people that you aspire to be, but never compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. As a financial planning major, I was always going to have an investing example. So, Investing 101 starts by talking about the value of compound interest. So if you start with $20,000, and that $20,000 increases 7% each year for 40 years, can you guess how much you would have at the end of 40 years? Just under $300,000. Just 7% each year. In financial planning, that's a lot, but for people not in financial planning, you'd think 7% is a small number. So, imagine if you work towards increasing your knowledge and your relationships and your health just 7% each year. Going back to our investment, let's say we cut 40 years into 20 years, but kept the 7% increase. The value of your investment after 20 years, instead of 40 years, would be just over $75,000. So $300,000 and $75,000. So the point is to start now. A little growth over a long period of time pays exponential dividends. You should do this with your life. Number 3, and I think this is most important in my life, never give up. If there's one thing I'm certain of, it's that all of you at one point or another will fail. You'll have a bad breakup. You won't get the promotion you want. Strong friendship will fail and you'll struggle. And this may lead you to believe that life is cruel. And quite frankly, sometimes it is. But in my opinion, the whole point of life is to trudge through your struggles, to acknowledge them and to push through them with grace. By doing so, you'll show the world that they can too. The ripple effects of this can't be measured, but the evidence of them is in my testimony and so many others. A purposeful life is one in which you fall in love with the process of getting better, one that emphasizes a focused journey more so than an end destination. And so just beneath every obstacle is an opportunity of abundance. Don't miss it. Keep trudging. And in the process of overcoming your defeats, bring others with you. Show them the path. Walk in victory with your brothers and sisters. In some sense, we've been conditioned to treat life as a staircase. You go from kindergarten to first grade to second to third to fourth to high school to college, and then you climb a corporate ladder and so on. And while the quickness and steadfastness of the climb is important, it's not most important. You don't want to reach the proverbial final step by selfishly stepping over others for your gain. You don't want this because you'll have no one to share your accomplishments with. On your deathbed, you won't ask people to bring your diploma and pictures of all the material things you've accumulated. You'll ask for your loved ones. So enjoy this step. Make it fruitful. Include your family, your friends, and your neighbors. In the final act, all we have is our legacy. Leave a legacy of a kind heart and a helping spirit. Leave this world better than the way you found it. Thank you all, and God bless.